their budget policy and how much they're putting into health. But if you look at, even when it comes to the equalization, what goes to the counties, will give you 400 billion shillings for you to decide how much you will put where. There has never been a conversation on, we are giving you 400 billion, but this amount should go into healthcare because it is important for healthcare to be a win in the counties. We look at conversations, even the construction of level 6. I wonder why a county would be putting up a level 6 hospital, which in its entirety, that's the work of the national government. There is issues to do with collaboration. But one asks the question, if the counties were using these funds to enable the facilities, the resources that they do handle, then that would help in enriching healthcare in these counties. Is UHC a reality in this country, or are we trying to achieve it, or is it just another political gimmick for us to say there is something to talk about?
You know, my namesake, as I sit here, I really get enraged. I really get angry because everybody knows the problem. The governors know the problem. The president knows the problem. The minister, we talk about all these things with them in the offices.
Yeah.
They know where the problem is. They know where the failure has been. Whatever is lacking is just people are selfish. Because governors want to have this power that is just imaginary. That I want to be able to hire and fire doctors. How does it help you? The only thing I know it helps them with is that I know for a fact that to be employed as a doctor in this country, you have to give a bribe of 1 million shillings.
What?
To be employed in this country. Those county public service boards demand 1 million shillings for bribes. That's you're told to do internship.
That is a standard, Doctor.
Yes. Okay. Number one. Number two is about your second name. If you are a Luo and you go apply for a job in an Alu area, or number no. Enter out of
continue.
For real, is that what's going on?
Yes, that's what happened.
That's what's going on right now.
Come on, I will not be lying. Yeah. You get that? You're being told, do that. But more importantly, is that in those payrolls, there are ghosts. Somebody tells you that you have 50 consultants, but only 10 are on the ground. 20 are just governors, campaigners, advisors on that payroll because doctors are the highest, so they have to sneak them into it. You get that? That's the tragedy of this country. And the issue around finances is only that while we acknowledge that we live in a country where resources is limited, but there's enough for our needs, but not enough for our greed. What we now have is madness, because if you say that you don't have enough money to employ doctors, but then you have enough money to build a facility that is just going to be empty. A doctor as Miskellah, we do even medical camps under trees, as we treat. But an empty building, we don't treat nobody. The contractor will go smiling and the governor will kick back, or her kickback, and they go away, do the other things. So we have to go slow on this madness of building. Talk about Kakamega, beautiful word. Do you know before national government took it over, it had swallowed 10 billion white elephant.
Yes.
10 billion would construct and equip a hospital to completion. You get that? So, kuna mchezo ya town. You talk about CHPs. Folks were told that get CHPs to help run private healthcare. Yes. Who do you go? Get your local goods and campaigners in the villages and give them those bags and tell them you are a CHP. They don't even know you how to take a blood pressure machine. But more importantly, that after you have told me I have diabetes or hypertension,
then what?
You just caused me to become anxious. I land in the hospital. There's no doctor, there's no drug, there's no lab to do nothing. So that's not good enough. On matters of Health Service Commission and how we could approach this healthcare debate, if we were honest. And I challenged you. Yesterday we were with the Honorable Duale, and I told him that go tell the president that if he truly cares about Kenyans and cares about UHC, him and all the presidential aspirants who intend to vie must commit to Kenyans that they must give us a referendum in the next dispensation. That let Kenyans decide. We don't even want them to have an opinion on it. Governors or politicians. Before Raila died in BBI 2, BBI 1 had the Health Service Commission. The governors went and blackmailed him and told him, if you put HSC, we are not supporting BBI. It had to be pulled off. In President Ruto's manifesto for Uda, he says that he acknowledges the problem and he promises to be a neutral arbiter on this case. The governors again blackmailed him and he backed off from it. And they put this thing, Chechirak, some moribund, toothless body that cannot even help us with the inter-county transfer. Like today, my mother is sick in Kisumu. If I chose I want to go live near my mother, I can't transfer from where I work to Kisumu. Or even if I have a spouse in Mombasa and work in Bungoma, we met maybe as interns in one place and I got a job in another country.
But Daktari,
I can never leave my wife together because you can't even transfer within the same country.